Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Chris, good and you?
Good, thank you.
Let's start. Let me share my screen. What you're seeing here is runtime. So how runtime works is that it connects coding agents like Cloud Code, Codex, Devon, and many others that are pretty popular so that you can actually use a repository that is already existing and actually edit it. So we created this site called Cloud Code configured for PMs to ship faster. And it has like a lot of the best practices that I've learned that PMs should be using when they're using Cloud Code. What we're going to end up trying to do is that you can actually ship something into this site. The site is super simple. It has like best practices, which for me are write a PRD before the prompt, use plan mode for anything non-trivial, make cloud.md your single source of truth, alter skills, not prompts. Skills are right now one of the most useful things in using Cloud Code. Ship using a design.md, which for me is like a centralized document that explains the design principles of a business, company, product, whatever you're using. Where MCPs early, so obviously MCPs have been super useful when using Cloud Code because it connects to different providers. Never committing a secret and others like security stuff. Treat that design system as a skill, so building a skill that explains the design system of your product. Generate product animations with your motion. Onboard the agent like a teammate. So if you're using Cloud Code, you should have like a voice, a map, anything that is going to be useful for that agent to code on top of the repo. And then log every session so that Cloud Code can pick up where you left off. So these are the best practices that I've learned that have been super useful. There's also other templates that I built here, and you can see a lot of skills that we've compiled together. So what I want to do here is, so I've already connected my GitHub into Runtime, and I'm going to build a template. So I'm going to just quickly, and then let's just paste it into Runtime. And then we can do configure environment. So what this is going to do, it's going to build a sandbox and actually try to compile the code that is already existing in this repository so that if you start creating a session, you can use the same template that I built here, and it's going to have everything from context. If I give the repository context, and usually if there's no context here, it's going to grab it from the cloud.md file. It's going to grab skills that could be from the template, MCP, docs, other tools. And you can also build in a lot of security stuff like guardrails. So if you don't want to, you want to put a rule where you don't want anyone to do like a git push force, you can add it. I'm not going to add it right now, but you can add that so that other people you're collaborating with are not like doing stuff that might break the code. And obviously you can add secrets. So the great thing about this is when I create a new session, pick Cloud Code as my coding agent, I can actually use a template that I've already built. And again, this template is going to have all the configuration that I just did so that anyone in the org, in this case, I'm like working with PM experts, can actually use this template and build stuff. And it's going to start the server. And here I can see the preview, which is going to be the same as the site we see here. It's going to show me the code, and you can see everything of the code here. And then Runtime also has a way to deploy a repository into a URL that you can use live. Actually, the repository and the site on Runtime, and now we can use Sonnet, for example, 4.6 to actually code and do changes on the repository. You can use both a UI or you can use the typical CLI, which probably you're also familiar with, to do changes. So that's it. That's, I think, the explanation of Runtime. Now, what I want to work with you is doing a change to the repository and seeing how it materializes the actual live site. Amazing. So when you collaborate in Runtime, so we want to start the session. So if you go to the create session from template, I created this template, which is a repo where we're going to collaborate on the Cloud Code for PM site that we're going to be doing. And I think you have already prepared a prompt to improve the site, Cloud Code for PMs. So if you want to just copy paste it or just drag it into the chat, that would be amazing.
Apple A, Apple C, Apple B.
So you prompted the new best practice, and maybe we can just go over it really quick while Sonnet does its work.
So the context is that as a product manager, as an engineer, you oftentimes have to manage secrets in your, whether it's related to your API keys, when you're generating things via LLM. And it's very important that you don't let it leak into the public repos. And so this is a best practice where you can manage secrets and it won't contain raw credentials, API keys, or any other sensitive info for your environment. And there won't be anything that's hard coded, whether it's passwords or tokens or URLs. And then at the same time, it'll take care of git ignore and other aspects of it. So
amazing.
Right now it's running through all of these commands I put in the acceptance criteria.
The branch has been created. So actually, if you go to the site, if you want to go to best practices, oh, there it is. Amazing. Yep.
It's here.
Cool. So it's there. So that's what now you have built into the Cloud Code for PMs. And yeah, I think this is going to be super useful for PMs. You can see the branch again. You can open the branch from Runtime, and you can actually publish it there. You can below there's a
Press review.
yeah, exactly, press review, and then there you can add a title like a new best practice on how to handle secrets. Exactly.
Okay.
Just create the pull request, and that's also gonna make it from runtime. Cool. You can actually view the PR from there, and it's gonna take you.
Okay.
Great. So now I'm gonna share my screen. Great. We're gonna see the PR you created, and now I can just see the files changed, and then we can approve. And submit review. And then we can, since all of the checks have passed, we can squash and merge. So it's gonna now take this into main. And yeah, I think, Chris, thank you so much for collaborating on this, and thank you for improving the Cloud Code for PMs. I hope other PMs in your community get value from this, and I hope you enjoyed using Runtime.
I'm really excited and happy that we were able to make this work, and congratulations on your new child.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah. Have a good Friday, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you very much.
Be well.
You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad we were able to make this work. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it worked perfectly. Bye-bye.